Good morning, my dear class 7. Hope you all are safe and sound at home. Today is the third class of this chapter, and today I have decided to do the third exercise of page number 188, exercise 13.3. In order to solve this page number 188, you will need a vast knowledge of parallel lines. As I have discussed below, so before going to the exercise, let us have a clear recap of parallel lines. Parallel lines somewhat looks like this. Here it may not be have drawn so properly, but it is similarly like a railway track which never meet, and the distance between this one dimension is same. So parallel line, since they do not meet, they do not form any angles. So now, since if you want to an angle to be formed, there is a slanting line that runs vertically. Okay, so if this slanting line cuts this parallel line, it looks somewhat like this. And when one slanting line, this slanting line is called transversal. When this transversal cuts these two parallel lines, you can see there are 8 angles formed. I have named it as angle 1, 2, 3, 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8. So 8 angles are formed, and each and every angle of these have got at least a relation with the other angle. Okay, somehow these angles are related with other angles. If you understand the relation between these angles, then most of the sums of this exercise you can understand. Now, in previous classes or in previous exercises, you had discussed more about acute angle, obtuse angle, right angle, straight angle, reflex angle. But today we are going to move in advanced types of angles, and these are the angles that we are going to discuss it today. Vertically opposite angle, corresponding angle, alternate angle, co-interior angle, co-exterior angle. Okay. So now, what are we going to do? First of all, we are going to discuss about the vertically opposite. If you stand in front of a mirror, definitely the mirror has to show your image, right? It will not be showing image of any other person. So similarly, vertically opposite angles are mirror image angles. Like in order to explain this, you can see here there are 2 parallel lines and there is an angle 80 degree. So if you see, if 80 degrees, just vertically opposite to 80 is angle B. So if this is 80, angle B is also 80. Understood? If this will be 100, then definitely angle A will also be 100. This type of angles are called vertically opposite. It is crisscross angle. I have shown there. If this is angle A and angle B, they will be vertically opposite. Angle alpha and angle beta, they are vertically opposite. I hope. Similarly here T, and if these 2 angles are vertically opposite, and this is C, say for example it is this angle is F, this angle is G. In that case, angle C and angle F will be vertically opposite, and angle D and angle G will be vertically opposite. That means if this is angle F is 80 degree, angle C will also be 80 degree. You don't have to find it so difficult. You just see the slanting angles in a crisscross way. This is vertically opposite. The first type of angle I have completed. Now second one is corresponding. Now in order to understand this corresponding angle, you have to first understand these type of diagrams very clearly. Now here I have made a diagram and try to make it very clear. If you see, when 2 parallel lines are cut by a transversal, it gets divided into left side. From this portion, this side is left side, and from this line to this side is right side. Now you have to see, when you compare the 2 angles, if the 2 angles are corresponding, both the angles will be representing on the same side, and its dimension or the direction will same. Direction means whether it is like, in order to explain this, I can show you this. You can see angle A is on the right hand side, angle E is also on the right hand side. Angle A is above this line, angle E is also above this line. So the side is right, direction is above the line. So angle A is 60 means angle E is also 60. This type of angle is called corresponding angle. Similarly, there are other corresponding angles also, like angle D and angle H, because both angle D and angle H are on right hand side. Angle D is below the line, angle H is also below the line. The other corresponding angle are angle B and angle F, angle C and angle G. So these are the corresponding angles which I have discussed. So in this question I have discussed together once again corresponding angle and vertically opposite angle. I have said angle A is 60, so angle C is 60, but this is not corresponding, this is vertically opposite. And if angle C is 60, angle G is 60, I can do it because these are corresponding angle. Because if this is 60 degree, this is also 60 degree. That is because 60 is C is on the left hand side, G is also on the left hand side. C is below the line, G is also below the line. So both are same. If this is 60, this is 60. And how come this is 60? Because A was 60. Since A and C are vertically opposite, you can have a crisscross this way also. Okay. Now, here in this page clearly you can see for this diagram, I'll just go a bit further, and I have discussed which angles are vertically opposite and which angles are corresponding. Is it clear, students? Okay, now let us move forward. Now, so corresponding is over. Now alternate. Now in order to find out the alternate, there are two types of alternate angle. One is interior alternate, the other one is exterior alternate. Now, in order to find out the meaning of alternate, before that let us discuss what are interior and what are exterior. Now, interior are, if you can see this diagram, here are angle. Interior means the angle that are within these two parallel lines. So there are four angles, angle 4, angle 3, angle 6 and angle 5 are interior. Whereas exterior means outside the parallel lines. So this 1, 2, 7 and 8, these four angles are exterior angles. Now in order to find out the interior alternate, you have to focus only on the interior part. Interior alternate will be on the adjacent side, on the crisscross side. One like angle 3 and angle 5 are interior alternate. 3 is on the left hand side, 5 is on the right hand side. 3 is below the line, 5 is above the line. So this criteria matches here. See, in the same way this 4 and angle 6, they are also interior alternate. So angle 3 and angle 5 are interior alternate, angle 4 and angle 6 are interior alternate. Similarly for exterior alternate also, angle 1 and angle 7 are exterior alternate, angle 2 and angle 8 are exterior alternate. I mean to say, if angle 1 is 60, similarly angle 7 will be 60. If angle 2 is 120, then angle 8 will be 120 automatically. Okay, so this was alternate angles, interior alternate and exterior alternate. To make it understand, I have done something out here. Children, you can see it. Hope it is clear. If A is 60 degree, then according to alternate, G is also 60 degree. This will also be 60 degree. This is exterior alternate. Now if you see vertically, if A is 60, C is also 60. Vertically, if C is 60, then E is also 60. This is interior alternate. This way also it can be found out. I have done it here. Okay. Now so interior alternate as well as exterior alternate is solved out here for these question. Now the only leftover part from this chapter is now the last variety. So these two I have completed. The last variety, collinear and coexterior. Collinear and coexterior are not equal angles. If you see, collinear and coexterior angles are those type of angles which are in fact the sum total gives you co-interior and co-exterior angle. Sorry, I said it collinear, my mistake. So co-interiors are like these two angles, angle P and angle Q. If you see, they are inside but they are not alternate on either sides. So neither they are equal angles. So what they are, if you can say both the angles are on the same side, interior, and looking at each other from far distance. So these type of angles, what will happen here? Angle P is 60. So the sum total of these two angles will give you 180 degree because it is called co-interior. So if you add angle P and angle Q, I will get 180. So this angle P was already given 60. So angle Q you have to evaluate. So angle Q will come 120. Similarly, co-exterior also is same. If one angle is co-exterior is R and S. From the same diagram you can see here is an angle called R and here is an angle called S. You see they are neither corresponding, they are neither alternate, they are neither vertically opposite. So what happens when they don't fall in these categories? You take out the sum of these two numbers or these two angles and it will always be 180 because they are on the same side. So if you do this, the other angle is 60 degree. So with this I have finished co-interior and co-exterior. These explanations will help you to do now the page number 188. I know my dear students the video is going a bit long, but it has to be done in this way because otherwise it is difficult to make you understand when we are physically not present with each other. So now if you can see they have to identify. Here angle A is on the left hand side, angle B is on the right hand side, angle A is below the line, angle B is above the line and it is inside. So what type of angle it is? It is interior alternate. Similarly in the second diagram you can see there are two, one angle A is on the left hand side, angle B is on the left hand side. Both are on the left but they are not corresponding because one is below the line, one is above the line. So criteria does not match. So when we add these two we will get 180. So it is co-interior. I said that. And the third one is very simple. Third one is A is above the line, B is above the line. A is on the right hand side, B is also on the right hand side. So it is corresponding. Okay. Now you are supposed to do question number 2, A and B. Now if you see question number 2, A and B of page number 188, hereafter I have solved the sums for you for your understanding. First of all, let us have a clear look at the question. You have to find out the value of x. So if you see x plus 10 is on the right hand side, 2x plus 20 is on the right hand side, but they do not follow the criteria of, they do not match the criteria of corresponding. So when they are not corresponding, when they are not alternate, so they are co-interior. That means when I add these two, I will get 180 degrees. So similarly I have done it. The first angle is x plus 10, the second angle is 2x plus 20. When I add it, I get 180, it is co-interior. So x plus 2x is 3x, 10 plus 20 is 30 and this side is 180. So plus 30 goes that side, it becomes minus 30 and it comes to 150. And on the other side we had 3x. So keep the x alone, 150 by 3, that comes to 50. The value of x is 50. The same type of question is the other one. If you can see 4x plus 10 and 7x plus 5, when I add this, I get 180. But here there is a twist. If you can see this, I have drawn this diagram. If this is 7x plus 5, below the line right hand side, I also come here below the line right hand side. So if this is 7x plus 5, with red pen I, this is also 7x plus 5. So when I add these two angles together, 4x plus 10 and 7x plus 5, it forms a protector here, or it is a linear pair angle on the straight line. So when I add these two numbers or these two angles, I get 180 degree linear pair. Then simply solve. 4x plus 7x is 11x, 10 plus 5 is 15 and 180 is there. Plus 15 goes to the other side, becomes minus 15 and it comes to 165. 11 is here, keep the x alone, 165 by 11 comes to 15. This is the answer. Similarly, for question number 3a, you can solve it from here itself. If this is 80, b will also be 80, vertically opposite. Did you see? And B has got a relation with C. B is below the line, C is also below the line. B is on the left hand side, C is also on the left hand side. So this is C, I have done it here. So that is B and C are equal because B and C are corresponding angle. Yes. So now I know this is 80, this is 80, this is 80. Now I need to find out the value of D. If you see here, C and D makes a protector here. It forms a straight line, linear pair. So if I add angle C and angle D, I'll get it 180. Okay. So when I add angle, or I can do it this way also, angle P and angle D, I have taken it as co-interior. So how, if I take out B and D, if I add it, it is co-interior. So B was already 80. So D will be 180. So sorry, D will be 100. So if D is 100, A is also 100. Interior alternate angle. See, I have done it here. D and A is equal, it is interior alternate. So I know students, the video has gone quite long. But this was really needed. It's a very important chapter, and one more day we will take it to do this chapter. But definitely it will not be this Friday. We shall meet directly on next Monday again. Till then, remain safe. Have a good day, boys and girls. Take care.